Shoot. All right. Welcome, guys. Um, yeah, Banele, you wanna take us into what this is? What are we doing here? Why are we doing this?
You can already tell between who's the showman between the two of us.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. I'm not interested in the theatrics at the moment.
Son, let me cook. Let me cook.
Okay, okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to the first episode of Serious Nonsense, the podcast where we talk about nonsensical things in a very serious way. Don't look at me like that. It's my first time. Go gently.
Oh yeah, they don't know I can see you, so oh, she can see
Oh
me
yeah.
rather. Yeah.
Oh
But
yeah.
yes. As you just said, guys, serious nonsense. We're gonna talk about serious things in a nonsensical way, and we're gonna talk about nonsense seriously. And yeah,
Exactly.
hopefully have a lot of fun. Hopefully have a lot of fun. Today's episode, being in your 20s. I think that's a good place to start. We're in our 20s, and yeah, how have you found it? How is it being in your 20s?
First of all, there's a lot of pressure.
Pressure.
That's the first thing. There's a lot of pressure in your 20s. There's a lot of pressure to be excellent. And it's not easy. It's not easy. You know, when you're young, you're like, hey, when I'm 25, I'm gonna have this, I'm gonna have that. It's not like that. It's not like that at all. Tell you that for free. It's not like that at all.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we'll get into it, but there's something about your 20s and that's yeah, it's a bit of an issue. Wena, how have you found your 20s so far?
I don't know that pressure is the word I would use because to a large extent, we hear the people just in front of us, 30s, 40s, saying that there's lots more pressure there because there's more responsibility. So I
Yeah,
wouldn't
that's
define it as pressure. What would I say though? What if I had to put a word to it? 20s? I don't know. Interesting. Your 20s are a very interesting phase in your life. They could be a lot of things depending on who you are, where you are. For me, they've been a lot about, I guess, growth, learning
exactly.
more about the world, learning more about myself. Um,
Mm,
they've been relatively fun, although, you know,
I hope they
the
are.
reality, the reality of life has sunk in, and this life thing, it's not so easy, actually.
It's not a game anymore.
No, it's not so easy, man. They strung us in, man. They took us to like preschool and it was fun. You're playing games, you're counting cups, all these things, puzzles. Grade
Jokes, face
one, suddenly you have to wear uniform. Ish. Okay, what's happening here? But it's still fun.
big
It's
stuff.
still easy. Then you go to matric, right? And then university. And then after university, it just keeps getting worse.
Then after university, you're on your own with degrees that don't work. Some of us two, some of us two of them walking around not valuable to any company at all.
Yikes, yikes. This sounds like it's coming from a personal place. Do you want to talk about that? Do you want to explore that?
Listen, man. I've lived a life. When it's not something like, I'm still 24, I'm 25, man. It's tough here.
Jeez, jeez.
It's, it's tough here. You're still going to, roller coaster when it's still
Mm-hmm.
going. When you get to 25, oh, Zoboana, you'll see. Let me not ruin it for you. Let me not
That's when
ruin
it
it.
starts going down. Dang, man,
It
dang.
starts
I
going
don't look
down.
forward to it then. You're scaring me here.
But I will say, when I say that there's pressure, I feel like a lot of it comes from what we consume, what we're around. And this is what I wanted to say earlier, Wuti. It works to kind of change your mindset. With the pressure that I'm talking about, and a lot of it also, it's kind of fabricated by social media, you know, especially social media, especially
Hey,
social.
are you
Don't look at me like
comparing yourself to the Kardashians or what? Like,
don't look at me like that, son.
no, I'm just asking. Are you comparing yourself
I'm
to the
saying
Kardashians? Is this where the pressure is coming from? You want to be like Kylie? You feel like you should be rich already, or?
Not only Kylie, not only Kylie. There's so many. That's why I say some of it is fabricated. There's
Mm-hmm.
so many things, bro. Today I was watching a video about people reacting to people who do a day in the life videos. You know those videos?
I know those videos for sure.
Yeah. And they were there looking at them. First of all, they were saying it's stupid because all that admin to put your camera down, get in bed, and then wake up, then take your camera, put it in another angle, pretend as if you just woke up from your bed, walking to the mirror, taking your camera, putting it in another angle. It's too much. It's too much. Anyway, those people doing a day in the lives, drinking specific types of coffees, going to certain places, spending a specific amount of money, showing you their home, cleaning their home, nan, 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 nan. And you find out that that person is like 21. Pressure,
Yeah, no,
pressure.
no, it can hurt, yeah. It can pull
Hmm,
your heartstrings because why aren't you there as well?
why am I not there? Exactly. So that's the
Hmm.
type of pressure that I'm talking about. But when I say you need to change your mindset on it, something that has helped me a lot is you need to realize that our races are not the same, not skin color. Our metaphorical races are not the same. If your
We're talking F1, NASCAR, these type of races, yeah?
metaphorical races are not the same. If you're if you're if you're in a certain place, if you're at a certain height in your life and I'm not there, if I keep focusing on yo, I should be like that person, I won't be happy. That pressure that I'm talking about, it's gonna consume you. It's gonna consume you. You might fall into depression, might fall sad, especially when you start comparing yourself to others, especially when you start comparing yourself to people that you know who are doing way better than you. Your life's not gonna be good. It's not gonna be good.
Mm-hmm.
Mm,
Mm. Pressure, pressure, pressure. I feel you. I feel you. Yeah, no, I think that's very true. Although there is something crazy about the fact that we, I guess, feel so much pressure, particularly from social media. Like just looking at these videos. Like,
mhm,
yeah, sometimes you go to the internet, you check someone's net worth. Kylie is a good example. You see
mhm.
Kylie is younger than you, but the net worth is, yeah, it's a lot. Net worth.
It's crazy, bro.
Yeah, it's crazy, and you're like, wow, like, what am I not doing? What's wrong with me?
But
And
you
it's crazy
see,
that that's the initial thought because like
mhm,
Kylie's life has been so different from yours, so
exactly.
different.
That's what I wanted to say, Uti. You see, when you look at her and then you look at your life and then you think, yo, why am I not there? You must remember, Uti, Kylie has an entire family whose entire purpose in life is
Mm,
entertaining people and having money. That's their whole thing. When
mm.
you're some young dude from Mpumalanga, you come from a well-off family, you used to slaughter chickens at Christmas, you're not used to vacations.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. This is my life. Why is this so close to home?
It's, it's, you think Kylie knows Uguti cows can just cross the street? You think she knows that? You think she's seen that in her life?
Probably
Very different
not.
lifestyle.
Probably
Very different.
not. Yeah, no, for sure, for
Very
sure.
different lifestyle. You think she knows load shedding? She
Ah,
doesn't know
she
what load shedding.
doesn't. She doesn't know
She,
if Ascom.
to be fair, to be fair, I know some people that I went to varsity with who didn't know Ivascom, and it made me feel extremely uncomfortable.
Black people even like, which is
It
crazy. Which is
it made me
crazy.
feel, it made me feel very uncomfortable. It made me feel very uncomfortable. But back onto this topic, our 20s, basically our main topic that we were going to touch on was What habits do we think we should have in our 20s?
What habits do we think we should have in your 20s? Hmm.
Or, or actually, let me throw a curveball at you as well. What habits should we have eradicated in our
In our
20s?
20s. Ah, okay. I think I'm gonna give, I guess, the same answer to, I would give the same answer to both, just like
Mhm.
the opposite, you know? So if I'm like saying you should have eradicated smoking, on the other side of it, you should be, I guess, a bit healthy, exercising, walking, or whatever.
Yeah, can you
So
wait?
same
Let me let me
continuum.
let me
Hmm?
ask you a question before you continue. Let me ask you a question. Did you have some traumatic experience with smoking?
No, not that I know of.
Imagine why is it the hostility? Because ever since I've met you,
I'm not hostile against smokers. That's not true. I just used it. It's the first example that popped into my mind. Okay, this guy's gone. But yeah,
yeah,
what habits should you have in your 20s? Huh. I'm
I
trying
think
to
let me
think
give
of
you one.
something very general. Yeah?
Let me give you one. I think a habit that you should have in your 20s is understanding, and this is something that I live by now, is understanding that not everyone is going to like you, and you should be okay with that.
Is that a habit though? Or is that just like something you have to work yourself to?
Okay. Okay. Yeah. No, I get what you're
But
saying.
that is good. Not everyone's gonna like you, and that's okay. You can't please
Okay.
everyone. Yeah.
Okay.
Um, I'm gonna say one good habit is to always be spending less than you're gonna get, you know? So if you have a job or
Mm,
if you're getting allowance from your parents or scholarship or whatever it may be, always spend less than whatever is coming into your account. Like
mhm,
this, I think is something very obvious, but
mhm. It is,
it's
but it's
not
something.
many people do it somehow.
I'll bounce off of that and say a habit we should have, a habit of budgeting, not necessarily saving, but budget, knowing where your money is going, how much
Hmm.
money you have, how much money you have for specific things, and how much money you're willing to let go of. Just budgeting, just being aware of your finances, not using it and not knowing where it's going, why it's going, and how much you have left.
Mm. Yeah, no, no, I
Mm,
think that's a very good one. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think finance, just in general, if you have the right habits around finance in your 20s already, setting yourself up for probably a very good life.
true.
Hopefully. Yeah, yeah. No, finance, definitely some habits around there. Um, Health. Uh,
Yes,
hmm?
definitely. Have a habit of eating healthy or just being healthy. Just being healthy. The
Yeah.
stuff that we consume, this is something I was telling you. Was I telling you? Or was I just thinking about this? The stuff that we consume is very important, man. Hey, you can't eat junk food every day.
Yeah, not every day. Not every
Not
day.
not every
Yeah.
day. You need to eat proper meals. You need to do some exercise. Walk if you can. Don't sit every day. Just try to be better, gents. Be better,
Be
guys.
better. Yeah.
Be better.
Yeah, no, no. Definitely around health. Health is important. But around friends. I think this is a very interesting topic. Like, and something else
I'm
we wanted to talk about. Habits around friends. How should you make friends? And how should you treat your friends? What would
I'm
you say
thinking
to that?
when you're in your 20s, this is something that I was thinking about actually when we started talking about this topic, because
Mm-hmm.
you had asked me how many friends you should have. I think you asked me that.
I think
Or
you
did
asked
I?
me.
Okay. But basically, I was just thinking about how many friends should you have? And when I was thinking about that, I was looking at myself. And if I'm being honest, I have like two proper. Well, firstly, I kind of categorized it into three different categories.
Mm-hmm.
The first one was family, not blood family, but friends that you regard as family.
Okay.
Two, friends in general.
Okay.
And three, acquaintances. So, under family, these are the friends, these are the guys or the girls that if something terrible happens in your life, you know they're going to be there. You know,
Mm-hmm.
those are the first people that will be checking on you, calling you. They'll be there at a funeral, or if you just had a horrible breakup, they'll be there talking to you, saying, "Hey, let's go out, let's have fun." These are the people that help you through this process. These are the people that when you get engaged, those are the first people that you're gonna call. Hey, Donna, she said yes. I don't know why, but she did. Those are those are the people that you're gonna call first. Those are the people that you literally regard as your family, your brother or sister from another mother.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Two are friends. These are the people that you know. These are people that if you bumped into them in the streets, you would have a conversation. Like, hey, it's been a while. How are you? Hey, what are you doing now? Hey, do you remember that time we were hanging out at Rest and we did? Oh man, it was cool. You can chill with them. You can hang out with them. But these aren't the types of people that you regard as your family. They're still friends, good friends at that, but they aren't the people that you regard as your family. And then you have acquaintances. These are the people that if you see in the streets, it
Mm-hmm.
often comes with ish. I hope this person doesn't see me. And then they see you. And then they see you. And then it's kind of an awkward exchange, like, hey, it's Kifa. Are you cool? These are people that basically these are just people that you know. The people that you know, maybe you know them through someone, maybe you know them from a past life, maybe it's people you knew from high school. That's the third category. So when it comes to making friends, what do you have on that?
When it comes to making friends, um, I think regarding making friends, I guess for people who usually have trouble with that, I would say probably don't force it. Don't try too hard. I feel like it's one of those things that, if you're trying too hard, it's like you're punching a wall.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I think
Needs to
yeah, I think you make friends really just by doing something in your life, like go somewhere, have some hobby.
happen.
If it's work, you'll make friends at work. If you do something on weekends, whatever, art class or something, you're
Mhm.
gonna meet people there. Yeah, just get out there and do stuff. I feel like that's really how you make friends. I guess maybe online friends, gaming friends, if those count.
Mhm.
But yeah, and making friends, just go out there, don't try too hard. And yeah, yeah. I think regarding making the right friends, that's a really hard one. What would you say
Make-
about making the right friends?
I think when it comes to making the right friends, it depends on what you regard as a right friend.
Hmm.
To
Mm-hmm.
some people, it can differ. For me, like a good friend is, I know that you have my back. And
Mm-hmm.
even if you can't have my back, I know that if you could, you would have.
Mm.
I
And how
know
would
that,
you filter out for these sort of people from the start?
well, that's a good question.
It's hard, yeah?
Um, I think this is where maybe I'll add this to our habits thing. Having a good eye for things, noticing when something is off, noticing when something is good. Just having that eye. You can tell if someone you're hanging out with is not the right fit for you. I feel like you should be able to tell if someone is not the right fit. If when you're around this person, yeah, you can't be yourself, walking on eggshells type of thing. You don't like hanging out with them as much. think that should tell you, Tina, this is a friend, but this is not the right friend. This is not the person who's gonna give me the ring at my wedding. This is not my
Well,
what is it? This is not
best
my
man.
best. This is
Mm-hmm.
not my of honor. This is someone who will be at the wedding, maybe, but they won't have that title with them of being my groomsman or my bridesmaid.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I
I
have to
feel
agree with you.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like you should be able to notice certain things from how they treat you, how they speak to you, how they speak about you.
Mm-hmm.
Something which is very, very good. How
Mm-hmm.
they speak, how they act when you're not around,
Okay.
how they how they speak about you when you're not around, yeah, and how they act when you're not around. If someone else speaks something ill of you, are they there like, hey, yeah, yeah, yeah? Or are they like, nah, man, that's my boy. You don't know him like that. No,
Yeah, no,
don't
you're
you?
preaching. You're preaching. For sure, for sure. Yeah, no, I think I'm pretty much on the same wagon as you. I think just be authentic, and you, just by doing that, you filter out the people you kind of don't want, and
Mm.
then you filter in the people who you would maybe be able to hang out with and be really good friends with, be the right friends with.
I think a very good thing, if you can be yourself around your friend, that is very, even in a relationship, but that's a topic for another day. If you can be
Part two,
yourself,
part two.
cliffhanger,
Yeah.
you'll find that episode on Patreon. If
Behind the
if
paywall, tough. Hmm.
if you can be yourself with a friend or a certain group of friends, that makes it even better. If you're not afraid to talk to someone, if you're not afraid, Owuti, I'm a black person and I like anime, that's great. That's great. If your
Is
friends,
that still weird?
I think I was actually great example of this. Great example of this. When I was
Mm-hmm.
younger, it's not anime, but when I was younger, do you know the Batman game, Arkham Asylum?
Arkham Asylum, yeah, yeah, yeah.
You've seen it,
I've seen it, yeah.
played it.
I haven't played it. I've seen it though.
That video game was basically Iron Man 1 for the MC for superhero movies.
Okay.
Because prior to that, superhero games, eh,
They were yuck.
there was something.
Mm-hmm.
But the Batman game came out, bro. I remember the first time I played it. Xbox 360 ngisahlala eMelo 53B sebayibhidlizile. It's a parking lot now.
At 53.
Ngayirenta. Ngayirenta. That's how old it was. I rented that video game. And I
Yeah.
rented it. The only reason why I rented it is because they didn't have a large selection of video games. So I had rented the other ones, and this was the only one that was left that I hadn't played. So I was like, let me go try it.
Okay.
Blew my blew my mind. One day I'm walking with my friends. We're at Clicks, I think. Not Clicks, sorry. CNA, back when CNA was still popping. We're at
Mm-hmm.
CNA. There's a video game place. We go there to check the games. Batman Arkham Asylum is on sale. I'm like, yo, I want to ask my mom to get me this. My friends ball out laughing. They're laughing at me because it's a Batman game, quote unquote. It gave me abantwana. They hadn't played it. They
Mm-hmm.
didn't know about it. Also, that game was quite dark. It's Batman. That thing was
I
dark.
mean, yeah, yeah. I mean, it's DC is
Yeah,
always dark, yeah.
that thing was quite dark, man.
Mm-hmm.
But it made me feel weird that I can't tell these guys, yo, I really like this game. I've played it before. Because now they're going to look at me like, "Ngintwana." So
Yeah, no.
I couldn't be my authentic self. I would really hope that now, and I feel like now it's much better. Now it's much, much better. I feel like people are coming into their own. They're watching whatever they want to watch, playing whatever they want to play, reading whatever they want to read.
Mm-hmm.
we have so many layers now as human beings, as people of today, that maybe your grandfather in 1991 would have looked at you a bit weird, being like, hey baba, asambe
Hmm.
siyolusa inkomo, ungazongitshela ngabo Naruto yani.
Naruto is legendary. He
Why are you
doesn't
run,
know. He doesn't know.
why are you running like that? Run with your arms on your side. Why are you leaning forward?
It's for the velocity, man. For the acceleration, for the moment, whatever it's for. You know, it's for
But
something.
you know that I still haven't gotten into anime. Do you know that?
No, I don't think we've ever talked about it really. Yeah, we never
We've
talked
had a
about anime,
conversation. We've had a conversation, and when I brought it up, you did something that I saw in a meme once, and it was
which is
very funny when it
uh-huh.
happened. There was a meme that said, anytime you tell someone that you don't watch anime, they turn around and say, no, you just don't watch the right anime. And I remember the first time I told you, Uguti, I don't watch anime. Okay, obviously you don't remember what you said. The first thing you said was, no, man, you must watch One Punch Man. And it
Was that what
just,
I said?
that's what you said. You said
I
I
guess
must
I was
watch.
watching it at the time. Yeah,
The only anime that I've watched properly, and I still would watch it, is Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yu-Gi-Oh. Yu-Gi-Oh is interesting. I think actually looking back now, uh, trust me, you feel like you'd watch it, but I don't know.
No, I
Looking
would.
back, it's very childish.
I
I don't know.
would.
For me, for me,
Okay, maybe for you, sure.
yeah.
For me, I love it. Oh, I love it, man. On YouTube now, they have Yu-Gi-Oh! GX. I like it, but that's not what I need in my life. That's not what I need in my life. I need the Pharaoh. I need the Millennium Puzzle. I need Bomeric. I need Pegasus. I need Boseto Kaiba. Those are the people that I need in my life. I don't need Yu-Gi-Oh! GX. It's an interesting concept. It's funny. It's cool. But I need the OG one where a card game was gonna save the world. I need that.
I
I
feel
need
you.
that.
You sound very passionate about this. I'm not gonna disagree or to anything.
It's
That sounds amazing. Uh-huh.
the one that I'm trying to get into now though. Initial D.
Say
Do you
again?
know that one? Initial D.
Initial D? No, I do not. What does that D stand for?
I have no idea, man. Hopefully not.
Hmm. Risky, risky. But okay, okay.
But it's basically about driving. I think the D has to have something about driving. But the anime is focused around driving,
Hmm.
not
Okay.
driving, about racing. Think
Racing.
think
I thought.
think Tokyo Drift. Think Tokyo Drift.
Okay, I see it. I see it.
That was
Huh.
the anime. Yeah,
Oh,
it's
it's
interesting.
interesting,
I
interesting.
watched like 3 episodes now. I'm kind of hooked. Kind of hooked. It's very nice.
Okay, you'll tell me how that goes. But yeah, no, I'm falling very deep into the anime rabbit hole.
Into deep.
I'm into deep, man. I'm into deep. But I guess also
Too
everyone has a preference on the type, right? Like there's certain anime that I just don't watch, despite, I guess they being very recommended or acclaimed or whatever. And I think this ties back into the conversation we had. I think what I had said was, or what you said was that you don't really like anime or you don't get it like that. And then I recommended One Punch Man because I feel like it would be one of those that would really speak to you. There's this sort of a satire, humor, irony. The whole show is based on irony. It's think Deadpool Suicide Squad.
have you watched this one? I've seen so many ads on it. One Piece.
One Piece. Oh my goodness, One Piece. Yeah, I've watched One Piece, but One Piece is long, man.
Doesn't hit. Does it hit the way?
No, One Piece is too good, man.
It's too much.
Yeah, but
Have
there's a
you
thousand episodes plus. So, I,
damn.
I,
How long can the story be? What are we still telling?
man, it's a cult on its own now. It's a cult on its own. There's people who base like almost all their personality on One Piece. And I don't blame them. It's a whole world.
That's interesting. Because I've seen a lot of ads. What do you think about the live action one?
I watched like three or four of these live action episodes, and honestly, it's pretty good. Like, it's
Oh,
actually true
okay.
to the original story. They're repeating the same things, so
Just in live
that's
action to try and
yeah,
get us who don't watch the anime.
yeah, because you guys have some bias or something like this. No, it's pretty
Hey,
cool. And I think the fighting looks weird though. When the cartoons are fighting, I guess
well,
the
that's
artists can
different.
do something. Yeah, the
Yeah,
fighting looks good.
stuff. Artists can do stuff you can't do with live action.
Exactly, exactly. But other than the fighting, honestly, it's yeah, pretty good, pretty interesting.
Do you regard American cartoons as anime?
Um,
Because for
I
me,
suppose it depends. Yeah, go.
back in the day, I just thought anime was like animated. So anything animated was
Mm-hmm.
anime. So back then, and please don't leave the podcast after I say this. Remember, I was young. I wasn't who I am today. If you had asked me back then if SpongeBob is anime, I would have said yeah, because in my mind, it was an animated show.
Yeah.
So, do you regard the American cartoons, Bo, Spider Man, not? Okay, let me be specific. Like the Spider Man, the animated series, or Justice League, or Superman, the animated series, or Batman, the animated series. Not cartoons like about SpongeBob, about Peppa Pig.
Do I regard them as anime? Me personally, no. But I think there's two schools of thought here. There's the school
Mm-hmm.
of thought that essentially anime is just cartoon, it means the same, but it's the Japanese, I guess, version of cartoons. And so
Okay.
cartoons are cartoons, and that's that. But I think anime is more than just, I guess, that. It's also a specific style, right? It's a specific way of drawing, and it
Mm.
covers specific topics. Usually, it's centered around Japan or something. Um, so I
Mm.
would say that it's a style.
Okay.
I would say it's a style, and so I wouldn't regard those as anime because they don't fit into that particular style.
There was a Han last year in varsity who I remember saying she had asked me, "What do I watch anime?" And I said, yeah, I watched Batman the animated series." She looked at me. She looked at me in disgust. In
I would
dis-
also be taken aback by that.
she looked at me, but it was my ignorance. Yeah, I'll admit it now. But she looked at me in disgust. This Mario, like she
Mm-hmm.
was like, "Is this really a person that I'm giving my time to right now? Is this a
Hectic.
is this a person that I am giving my precious life time to right now? Am I really having this conversation?" It was basically how you felt when those people had a conversation about the capital cities in South Africa. That's how she felt.
Mm-hmm.
That's how she felt. So that was,
Capital cities in South Africa? Can you explain for the
you don't
audience?
remember this?
I remember, of course, but for the audience,
I think I
I
remember.
remember everything.
I just remember. I just remember that one line when you said the conversation is beneath you.
Hectic, hectic. I said that.
That's all I
Jeez.
remember. Anything else? You remember? I was talking to you. I didn't even hear ukuthi labantu bakhuluma ngani.
Mm-hmm.
I had no idea what these people were talking about. And then
Oh
you told,
yeah.
and
Oh
then I
yeah.
asked,
Okay, now it's coming back. I
and then I
remembered,
asked
but
you,
now I'm remembering more. Oh no, what's going on? Is it the network? Are we still together? Oh no. We lost him. We lost him, guys. Okay,
no,
he's
I'm still
back.
here.
I think he's back. You were gone for like a good 20 seconds or something. 10, 10, 7, 7.
Same this, same this side. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. I can hear you. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. I think I remember. They were saying like the capital city of South Africa is Cape Town or something. Or like they were just yeah. They were talking about the capital city of South Africa and saying some stuff that I just yeah.
With
Okay,
you.
no. I don't even want to talk about it right now, so it's fine.
Yeah, but
Um Yeah, no. Ah, anime. Jeez, man. We'll talk about
We,
anime, I'm sure, at some point. Anime and cartoons and
we should
games in general, yeah? Weeb
actually
stuff.
have,
We'll have a
we should
weeb.
actually have an episode where we talk about anime. From this episode alone, we've got like three things that I want us to talk about from just this episode alone.
Yeah,
One, we will definitely get into it. John, we'll get into that at some point.
dating, for
Oh,
sure.
am I gone again?
No, you're here, you're here.
We'll get into that someday. Two, it's anime. We'll get into anime,
I
but
think
I
anime,
think we
we
should.
can mix it in with weeb stuff, yeah? Anime, games,
Yeah,
cartoons,
that's what I
DC,
wanted to say.
MCU, yeah?
What I wanted to say. Maybe we can make like, oh, we can do something fun. Maybe make like a young tier list.
Mm-hmm. Okay, we could
Our
also do that, yeah, for sure, for sure.
favorite superheroes, favorite villains, favorite
Oh
move.
man, that tier list of our favorite superheroes, that's gonna be heated.
You
That's
already
gonna
know
be
who.
heated.
You already
I already see
know
the debate between
who.
two characters in particular, but let's keep
You
that.
already know who my number one is. That's a cliffhanger.
I
Come back.
disagree, but okay.
Come back to hear about it. But yeah, we'll get into that. Get into that. Lastly, before we close it off,
Hmm.
how many friends should you have in your 20s? And remember, in this age, it's not even easy to make friends. No? It's not easy.
I don't think it's necessarily easy, yeah. Like unless you're
Mm,
doing
mm,
stuff. If you're a student, you're playing some sports, you have some
mm,
hobbies.
mm.
If you get out of the
But
house and you meet people regularly, the same people, it's not too hard, but
how many people
it's not as easy as school.
exactly? How many
Mm.
people post? You have spoken about this before, where you were like meeting a friend, and you did allude to it earlier. Go to the same place, meet the same people, you get to know them, you become friends. As you get older, do you really want other friends? Do you still want other friends?
I think it's good to know a lot of people. I think it's good to know a lot of people decently well. Um,
Mm-hmm.
just as a network, right? If ever you're going someplace, at least there's two people you know from there. They don't need to be like your friends, but
Mm-hmm.
just knowing them, that's already something. But regarding like a core circle, I guess you know me very well. The less the better. The less the better.
I'd agree with that. I'd agree with that. So, how many friends, how many proper, this is my brother, this is my sister friends do you think a person should have?
I'll just say five. Five feels like a good number. You can probably
Five.
go more than five, depending on who you are. Um, but I feel
I,
like five. Yeah, I feel five.
you're, sticking,
What do you
you're
say?
sticking to that. You're sticking to that. Five.
I'll stick to five. Yeah.
Damn, man. I was not expecting that from you. I don't want to lie.
What would you say?
One.
One? I think that's actually smarter. That's probably better. You think
When I
one?
was
No, but one is too. No, one is too
when I
little.
was
No.
thinking about when I was thinking about this, I when I was thinking about how I would answer this question, I said one is ideal. One is ideal. Having one friend who knows you, who if I die right now, that person knows okay, uh, this girl should not go to his funeral because if she goes and she sees this one, it's gonna be a problem. That
Hectic. Hectic.
that one friend who knows you like who knows you properly. That's your best friend. That's your rock. That's your everything. One
Mm-hmm.
is ideal. One is cool. One is good. It's a good number. Two is perfect. Two best friends for me is perfect.
It's perfect. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I think one is too little. Maybe around two, I start to agree because if
Three,
one of them decides to gaslight you for some reason, you need a second opinion. Just in case.
just to make sure that you're not incongruent.
Just to make sure, hey, I'm seeing things the right way. I'm not, hey, because one friend only that you confide everything in. They can, yeah, no.
You can, you can see the cracks in the armor.
You're giving
With
too much power to one person.
with three, I think three is okay, but for me, it's borderline a problem. So once you have too many,
Hmm.
that for me, it's kind of yeah, that's a bit too much. One is ideal, two is perfect, three, that's that's okay, but you're pushing it. You're
You're pushing
borderline
it.
now.
Oh, so
Pushing
me
it.
at five, way
When
over.
it's gonna come back to you, and when it does, you will come tell me.
Hmm.
And I will say, I told you.
No, fair enough, fair enough. I also think maybe there might be
So
some problems with semantics and what we regard, I guess, as a core friend or
so
really good
question
friend there. Mm-hmm.
so question. Do you right now, just yes or no, do you right now have those five friends?
Five like really, really good friends by
Mm-hmm.
my own definition.
Mm-hmm.
By my own definition, nah. By my own definition, nah. I'd say maybe I'm at. I want to say three and a half. I guess half doesn't count. Let's say three. Three.
It's working something.
Ish, man, life is not so black and white.
Today it's good, tomorrow it's bad.
No, aside from that, right? Like there's certain, let's say, periods where you just don't talk to someone for a really long time, even though you know you've been really good with them for a long time. I think there's been periods where me and you haven't talked, maybe say for a week or two, but we
Mm-hmm.
always know that, whenever again we touch base, like everything is gonna be chill.
From jump.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've,
So
I've
like, yeah.
I've heard people talk about how with their really really close friends, best friends or whatever, if they even if they hadn't talked for a long time, as soon as they meet up, it's like they've been talking the entire time they haven't. They just go from 0 to 100. That's why I was saying if you're around your friend and you're walking on eggshells and you don't
Hectic.
feel comfortable and you're not yourself, it's gonna be a
Ish.
problem.
Ish,
Because
hectic.
as soon as we meet, there must be this. I must have this face, man. You're with bro. Come here. Let me give you a hug. Let me hold you. Let me hold you for a while. I missed you, dog. I missed you. I need that in my friend. If I can't have that, if I see you and I'm even contemplating whether or not I should dap you up, there's a problem. There's a
Okay.
problem.
Yeah,
If I just
that's weird.
want to fist bump you and keep it moving,
Yeah, if the first thing you think about is itch,
nah,
namlo. Yeah, if the first thing you think about is there's this person, nah, then yeah, you're not tough, tough.
if your first expression in anything is ish, you need to reevaluate.
No, but some things it's like it's understandable, if it's school or whatever, you get some assignment or test or you get your marks back, you say it. Yeah, some things it's understandable why you have this
That's why
reaction.
that's
Mm.
why you need to reevaluate. If you're saying ish after getting a test paper back, you need to, you need to reevaluate.
Something went wrong.
Something
Ah,
isn't right.
jeez.
I was thinking the other day, yes, but a high school was something else. But I was thinking the other day, obviously, sometimes when they hand back tests and you didn't do well, and they just give you a test paper facing downwards. Ish, darn.
Hectic, 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 man. The teacher feels
That,
bad for you even.
that
You
time, everyone else, babiza kahle. Mfundo, Andrew, Brian, Manele. And then you get those that just can't help but add in a comment. They put it face down. They're like, I expected better. I expected better.
those teachers, man. Yeah, but
Ish.
it's not as bad as the comments from the other students.
Ah, Ntwana, uthola
They
kahle.
eh, Ish, bro, when they start asking you this and it's tough, ish. Ish. But I nang uyayifihla kum.
It's a big deal.
Oh man, it's tough, man. But we were all in it together. Eh? We were all in it together. It was a
There's this,
community of issues.
there's this dude, uyamazi uZondo, Pastor Zondo.
Pastor Zondo.
Yeah, he was
Mm.
on Posey or something. I don't know.
It
Bega,
sounds familiar, but I have no clue.
okay, that dude, he, there's this one that my mom used to love listening to, one where the guy would say, and Yashumayela with that charisma of a pastor, man. So he's preaching, and then he's like, uyazi uma usesikolweni i-test ifike ayi uyibuka i-test yakho uthi eyane uhambe uye kumajida uthi esibani uthole engayiki lapho ayakutshela ukuthi ntwana ngishaye 80% uthi ayizwani angifuni ukukhuluma la uhambe
Mm-hmm.
uye ntwana kuhambe njani boy ekubhedile ngithole 40 ntwana sisonke.
So we're together in this.
Something about how
You bond over
you
this crazy.
yeah you resonate with the people that you're on the same level with, something like that.
Yeah, you have a community, a sort of mini community just because of that, yeah?
Community of mediocre, right? Yeah, no?
Hectic, hectic. Guys, you heard it here first, you know. If you're getting mediocre marks and you guys are celebrating over it, you're just celebrating mediocrity.
I mean, 40 is basically a pass, isn't it?
I guess in South African high
In
schools,
fact,
40 is a
no.
pass.
In fact, no. Isn't 40 is higher, isn't it? 30.
I think it depends. Some subjects is 30. Somewhere I saw they said it must be 20 because the marks are exclusionary in
Now
eh,
pushing it. That's pushing it. That's pushing
man, 30, man. 30 means you already don't know 70% of the material. Like imagine
bro.
that your doctor didn't know 70% of the work, man.
Bro, the fact
20%
that
even.
the fact that that is where we are at as a country, where we can write a test that's out of 10, and if you get three correct, you're in the same group as the people who got 10, in that you passed. Not that you excelled, but you passed.
Mhm.
It's a problem. It's a problem.
I can't disagree. I honestly cannot disagree with you. Like it's
A
crazy.
problem. A problem.
It's crazy to
30.
me. But
30.
yeah, guys, first episode. We're gonna keep them coming. We're gonna blow up. I'm sure around the 50, 51 there. We're gonna blow up for sure. Um,
100%.
yeah, yeah. Talked a little bit about being in your 20s and just stuff surrounding that. Anything you wanna say before we sign off?
This is what you can expect. Excuse me. This is this is what you can expect from our channel.
Mm-hmm.
We had a topic. We strayed very far from the
I feel
from
like
the,
we were always close. Everything we spoke about related to being in your
we were,
20s.
we were in the ball. We were in the ballpark. We were in the ball.
Always, always, always.
In the ballpark.
And if not that, we were looking into it.
We were still there. We may have gone.
Mm,
We may have looked on the other side, but we were still there. We were still in the yard, in the
yeah,
general area.
of course, of course.
But yes, guys, thank you so much for listening. This is how the podcast is hopefully gonna be. We're just gonna have nice topic, have a nice conversation. It will segue to other stuff. This is how we interact on a daily basis, me and this man. Really hope that you enjoyed. We hope we stay consistent. Side eye for some of us. We
Double
that's
side
for me.
eye,
That's
bombastic side eye. Mm-hmm.
like offensive side eye. We hope we stay consistent, and yeah, just help us share the podcast, like it, love it, listen to it, have some laughs. Yeah, and that's it from me. Hope you have a
I
good
don't care
day.
about your subscription, guys. Just comment. Comment. I want to have discussions. A subscription, you can keep it to yourself.
Mina, I
Comment,
do.
let's talk.
Mina, I so do
Fair
it for
enough.
me. Do it for me.
Do it for you, huh? Yeah, no,
Do it
guys.
for me. Do it for me. But help us grow. Thank you so much. Thank you.